3rd of October, 2021. Yeah, for some reason I have 2019 stuck in my head, which is interesting. So today is the second time that I saw Charlie and the Chocolate Factory live, which is surprising because normally when I say I'm going to go see something for the second time, I don't actually go see it the second time. I just see it once and then call it a day and be like, yeah, I need to see that again. Never do. But, so, I'm kind of mad about this. Don't worry, it's good news. Okay, so, first saw it back in September. I'll put the link in so you guys can watch that awesome video. Anyway, a few weeks later I was like, you know what, the closing show is the 3rd of October. I'm gonna go see it. I want to see what it looks like closing, and I managed to convince some friends to come with me, which is sweet. Like 3 days before the show I'm about to see, or just so, I get a notification saying that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory has been extended for another week. And I'm like, you bastards, that's not even funny. That is so goddamn rude. I specifically booked it so I would see the last show, but no, you had to extend another week. Cute. But I am confused, like very confused. So my friends and I were sitting in our seats, we're front row, which is awesome because I like front row seats. And the conductor for the band is like, you know what, let's go out with the bang, it's our last show, woo. The show got extended to like the 8th or 9th of October. So why is the conductor excited for tonight being the last show? And then seeing the show, you know, like I mentioned in my first video, the show was amazing. The show was awesome. I still managed to laugh at the right parts, still managed to go yes, still loved Grandpa Joe's Australian references, you know, broken wheels, even something that's not Australian, the Titanic, you know, all that fun stuff. And my friends and I, like, because there was 3 of us, me, Misguided Fans Cosplay, so Shannon and Rory, which you should go follow if you're a cosplayer. The 3 of us were just like laughing and loving it, and it was amazing. But at the end of the show they did the bow, which is fine, like that comes out, everyone's cheering, roaring, and then they bring out the understudies, you know, the other 3 who played Charlie during this run. And it's really interesting because, like, one, I've never seen understudies come out before. I've never seen, you know, yeah, maybe they probably would have been part of the ensemble, but the others who played Charlie weren't part of the ensemble, so they didn't really have to be there tonight. But they came in part of the bow. They alternated between being Charlie Bucket and then Charlie as Willy Wonka. So like 2 Willy Wonka Charlies and 2 Charlie Buckets, and it was so cute just to be like these little like 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds dressed as like, oh, it's so cute. So I've seen 2 of them perform live. I can't remember who I saw before the other night when I saw on opening night, but tonight I saw Phineas, who was cute. He's a little cutie. Like, I'm sorry, but like little kids on stage are just so adorable. So like, ah, and then seeing them be like junior Charlie, junior Willy Wonka, it's like, oh, you sweet babies, I wanna hold you and but yeah, no, it's absolutely awesome. Confetti still went off like last time. I didn't buy any merch because, well, I bought it last time. So if you follow me on TikTok, you'll probably see some TikTok Charlie and Chocolate Factory videos. Probably, maybe, I don't know. It decides. I'll figure that out later. Yeah. Yeah. What else? It was really interesting though because we also had a scare this weekend. Because I'm Brisbane based, Queensland based, we had a few cases rise up, and so there was stress of having lockdown going, being, you know, on high alert, but the government was like, nah, it's footy weekend, we don't want lockdown on footy weekend, even though we're all like, bruh, lockdown, we got 6 cases, any other time we would say yes to a lockdown, but 6 cases and no lockdown? So Shannon and I were like, fingers crossed, you know, thankfully footy's on this weekend, so no lockdown. But QPAC reduced their capacity to 75%, which is fine because I think when I first went to their show back in September, it was 75% capacity. But even still, going to tonight's show, the show was still, you know, pretty full. Yeah, okay, I was in the front row and no big deal, but when I went the first time, there was gaps. But going tonight, you know, I turned around and it was like a full audience. You wouldn't have thought it was 75%. 75% capacity. But this is one thing that I noticed that we didn't do in the first one, and I think it's more for the fact that we're in stage 2 restrictions, which means wearing masks, which means limiting our movements, etc. So obviously when you go to a theatre performance and they take a bow, you do your standing ovations, and like you see the cast get really excited going, oh my god, look at this like concert hall full of people standing, cheering, screaming, whatever. Tonight was different. Yeah, we screamed. We had our masks on. Yeah, we cheered. You know, it was great. But like, no one was standing. The only people who stood were the QPAC staff, and that's because they were standing by the doors. Everyone else, like the whole audience, was sitting. And it was the weirdest experience because I'd look around and I'd be like, so no standing ovation tonight? Like, they brought the little kids out. They brought all 4 Charlies out. They brought like the whole cast out. It's the bow. It's the last hurrah. Nothing. So I thought that was really interesting. And the way that they performed the show, like, I think they did it as if they were planning to end tonight. Even though it got extended to the 8th or 9th of October, which is still, what, another few days. But then you've got your Queen's birthday tomorrow, which is Monday, which is probably when this video will be uploaded. So you still got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, possibly the weekend, something like that. So you still got another couple of days, but like, they were acting like today was the last show. And it was very interesting to see. And like, for me, yeah, okay, going again is one thing. I'm also the type of person who, unless I absolutely really want to, I don't really see things the second time. Purely because I get very bored easily. I see it once, I say I want to see it again, but never do, and then I'll wait for it to come on DVD or wait till I have a free version to watch. But I wanted to see this because, one, it's supporting the arts, and I miss, oh my god, I miss concerts, I miss live entertainment, and just, I don't care that I spent a little too much than planned. Just being able to sit in the audience, being able to see a live performance that wasn't on my laptop, that wasn't on a TV, that wasn't on my phone, just being there and just, I miss it. I miss it. And I get that, you know, it's COVID and I get restrictions and all that boring rubbish. I get it. I do, but I miss performing arts. It's just... So, you know, I went again because, one, I wanted to support performing arts, and two, because I generally like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And, you know, I've seen Gene Wilder's version, which is, oh my god, be still my beating heart. And I've seen Johnny Depp's version, which is its own version in itself, but like, seeing the stage version, it's just like, yes. And so when I convinced my friends to come with me, because I made this massive deal on Facebook going, you know what, if I see it again, does anyone want to come with me? And, you know, one person said no, they're going away, and I was like, that's cool. That's cool. Cool. You have a life. But I managed to convince Shannon and Rory to come with me, and they were so excited. You know, the three of us laughed and loved it. It was fun. It was worth it. You know, the fact that they got to enjoy it again. Yeah, we were stressing about lockdowns, and we were stressing about, like, okay, we just got emails and text messages saying 75% capacity. Is our seats affected? Like, Jesus Christ, like, will we be, oh my god, like, what the hell? Oh, but then we got the message, like, the night before saying we're fine, we can still go see the show, it was great. So, you know, the fact that Shannon and Rory hadn't seen this version of Chocolate Factory before, they loved it. So the fact that I actively encouraged more people to support the arts, actively encouraged more people to come support, you know, something that we loved as kids and still love now, and the fact that three of us are cosplayers as well means that we were looking at this going, okay, it would be cool to cosplay this, but realistically, trying to find fabric, trying to find patterns, trying to find this, trying to find that, it's going to be logistically a nightmare for us, but like, you know, what's near there? But you know, it's really fun. You know, it's just, it was so good to come back and see it again. It was so good to be back at QPAC. It was so good to just be part of the atmosphere again. And I knew that I've looked at QPAC season programs for the rest of the year, and unfortunately there's nothing left that I want to see. There is performances next year that I want to see, but I don't have a season pass, and I don't particularly want to see 4 shows when I only want to see 1. But that's another story in itself. That's not QPAC's fault. That's more the fact that not all of us have that luxury. Yeah. But you know, even though, I don't know what I'm saying now. I actually don't know what time it is. My phone's dead. It's not that late. Like, the show I saw was at 2 p.m. So the doors opened at 1:30. The show finished for like 4:30, something like that. 4:30. So for me, it was the weirdest experience because, one, I was seeing a show during the day, which, like, I never do. I see a show at night. I see a show at, 7, 8 o'clock at night, not 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Like, that's not me. I want to see this stuff at night. So seeing it, walking in at its daytime, then walking out at its daytime, and I'm like, bruh, what is this feeling? Like, what is this? Right, cool. But it's great. Obviously, like I mentioned in my first video, if you get the opportunity, if you haven't yet, or even if you want to see it again, go see Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. One, you're supporting performing arts, which is, needing this support right now because COVID sucks and keeps ruining their careers, which means ruining our fun, which means we're stuck watching, well, yeah. I wasn't gonna badmouth anything, I do that enough. But like, seeing things live is just so special, and the fact that I grew up watching performing arts as a kid and being part of it as a kid means that for me, I want to support these guys. I want to support future performing arts peoples. I want to support people who've had careers in this longer than I've been alive. Because of you, I'm still like, hey, wearing your merchandise. Because of you, I'm, wanting to do this, even though I'm not actually a performing person. I'm a huge introvert who prefers the comfort of her own zone. But yeah, go see Charlie and Chocolate Factory if you haven't already, or go see it again. Obviously, by the time I upload this tomorrow, it will depend whether there is an extended show or not. It will also depend whether Brisbane's back on lockdown. It will also depend if other people can have the luxury of housing Charlie and Chocolate Factory at their performance halls, and also like restrictions, because I know parts of Australia are still locked down, which is another mess in itself because politicians are a nightmare. But yeah, go see it. Go support performing arts. I know this wasn't like my normal videos. Normally when I do vlogs on performing arts, things that I've seen, normally it's this whole breakdown of what I loved, what I didn't love, showing off merch, etc. And I know that this wasn't one of those videos, and I'm sorry, but like, I did that in the first video. Like, it's got a link somewhere in here, maybe description box, I don't know. It's got a link. Go check it out. Go watch that. That's like 20 minutes long, I think. But yeah, I think that's it. Go see it. Go support performing arts. Even if you can't see things live, find some way to support them. Whether it's going to see if their website's got merch for sale that you can buy. Sure, it probably won't have the seasons on the back of the shirts like most things might, but hey, you still got a shirt. This one doesn't have a year on it because I know this year was supposed to be last year, because Charlie was supposed to be last year, so it doesn't have the dates on it, which is cool because most don't, some do. But go to their website, be like, hey, does this have merch? Let's buy merch. So then when you go see it live, you'll be like, I've got merch. Yeah. And then you can just buy 1 million tickets until you get sick of seeing it. But yeah. First of all, I'm running out of breath. Second of all, my battery's about to die. Third of all, I'm gonna go now. Again, support the performing arts because they deserve it. And go see Charlie and Chocolate Factory if you haven't already, or go see it again if you have. I don't know. But yeah, byes.